we're going to do another segment, a really fun segment, which is Pictionary. So we're going to do a Pictionary thing.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
I have a little pen here. I'm nervous.
Okay, we're going to get
can't draw.
I can't draw either. That's the irony, you know. I draw loads of things for my editors, but at the end of the day, I really can't draw. So we're going to do this Pictionary thing. We're going to draw the last 3 emojis you used in a text message.
Okay. Do I draw it here or draw it showing you?
I'm going to do it too. So we're going to do it together.
Okay.
You can do it up to you. You want to do it there or, okay, shall we go? Ready, steady, go.
Okay.
So, okay. I can't remember half of them. And
I don't know how to draw this.
Oh God, I can't remember.
I mean, I'm a really bad drawer. Okay. And then
How ready are you?
I think I'm ready.
You're ready? Okay, you do yours first. Let's see yours.
So this was my first one, which is like the
Oh,
emoji with like all the hearts and like love.
Oh, nice.
That's the praying hands. That's like one of my top ones.
Nice.
And then the sun I used because I was on vacation. So
nice. That's so cute. So mine are just very usual. It's the smiley face.
Cute.
That's the one with hearts.
Oh yeah.
And that's the one where you're throwing up.
Oh gosh, oh no. Oh
I
no,
just don't have
why'd
a
you use
green
that
pen.
one?
I used that. I think I was talking about, oh gosh, what was I talking about? I think it was about a dish that I didn't like.
Oh gosh.
I don't like things like chicken feet, which a lot of Chinese people love. And I was like, no, I can't. I can't.
Not for me.
So the next one we're going to draw is the symbol of your favorite city in the world. So I'm going to rub this off. And we're going to do that.
I'm the worst drawer.
I'm terrible too.
Oh, I forget.
Thank God for my art director.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I did this right.
Okay.
Okay.
You go.
It's horrible. Can you guess?
New York.
Yes.
New York City.
New York.
Why is it
That
your
was a
favorite
horrible
city?
photo.
No, it's you. Tell us why it's your favorite city.
I think it's my favorite city because it's where I started my career. I was there for 11 years. Now I live in LA, but every time I leave, I miss it. And there's just like so much fun energy there. There's always something to do at any hour, which I think is amazing. And just like so many good restaurants, so much good shopping. It's the best. I love New York.
Which is
Lots
your
of good
favorite
pizza.
neighborhood? Which is your favorite neighborhood in New York?
Oh, I think West Village.
Right. Did you live there?
So cute. I did. I lived in West Village for 1 year.
Oh wow, nice.
It's so
this
cute.
is a place that you're probably quite familiar with. This is at night.
Paris.
What it looks like. Yeah.
Paris. I love it.
For me,
when it sparkles.
It sparkles. I mean, I think that's really magical when they light the Eiffel Tower and like yourself, you know, when my first time that I went to Paris Fashion Week, like years and years and years ago. We won't say how many years. You're probably not even born then. But it was so magical, and to be in the City of Lights, to be, you know, in the center of fashion, to really sort of sense that energy, and to just see it from every corner of Paris. You see this beautiful, sparkling Eiffel Tower, and
So pretty.
you know, some shows that I remember. Recently, when I was at the last Fashion Week. You know, it was the Saint Laurent show, and they always hold it at the space overlooking the Eiffel Tower. So you see the Eiffel Tower up in lights, and the show is actually one of the few shows. I think if I'm not wrong, it's the first day of Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week, and it's always at night. So you see the show, it's open air, and then the Eiffel Tower is there glittering in the background. And it's quite incredible, and I think it's one of the most romantic cities in the world. What are your thoughts about Paris? Have you been there?
Oh my gosh. I love Paris. I think it is such a magical city. I was always going there for Paris Fashion Week over and over, and I was always by myself in the city. So I think when I was younger, I didn't really get to enjoy it. But now whenever I go back, like with my boyfriend or like family and friends, I really get to like see all the beauty in it. And it's so magical. And it like, I've seen the Eiffel Tower light up 1 million times, and every time you see it, it's still just as like exciting. You're like, oh wow, it's sparkling.
It's so beautiful. Do you remember one of your favorite shows that you did while you were working in Paris Fashion Week?
I think one of my favorite shows in Paris was maybe the Chanel show. That one's always amazing at the Grand Palais. It's like insane ceilings. So beautiful.
Was that when Karl was still around?
Yes, it was.
Was it very special working with Karl?
Totally, he was so sweet. I remember like doing the fittings, and he was very like hands-on with everything. He would come over and fix it, and like the nicest guy. Like you would never imagine someone that's been like in fashion for so long would be as hands-on and as nice as he was. So like every time I saw him, I was like, oh my gosh, it's Karl Lagerfeld. So cool.
What do you love about Chanel? Like, if you thought about the brand, what does the brand represent to you?
I think it is just the epitome of chic. Like anything Chanel is just so, like, I love classic and timeless and just beautiful. I love everything about, like, the bags are timeless, the shoes are like so cool, and like the clothing is just so beautifully done.
That's great, you know, timeless, classic, that never fails. Really never fails. So the next one we're going to do 2 more. Draw your favorite cocktail.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I don't know how to draw this. Okay.
Jasmine's taking this very seriously. Guys, we are doing Pictionary. We're doing Pictionary on here. And Jasmine's taking this very seriously. She's like, I'm not messing this up.
I don't know if you can guess this.
What is that? It's in a mug. Is that
It's
sangria?
in like a copper mug.
Is it mojito?
Moscow Mule.
Moscow Mule. I've never tried it. Tell me what is it? What does it consist of? It looks
oh my god, it's so good. It's so refreshing. There's vodka, lemon, like lemon juice or lemon wedges, ginger beer, and a little bit of soda. It's so good.
Wow. Where is it? Where do you think the cocktail came from? Originated?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe Moscow. It's called a Moscow Mule. It might be Moscow.
And what do you think of when you drink cocktails? Like, where's your favorite place to drink a Moscow Mule?
Anywhere hot, like vacation on like an island, because it's so. I think the ginger in the drink makes it so refreshing.
Right.
So yeah, anywhere hot and like beautiful.
Beautiful. So mine is very obvious. So mine is like super obvious.
Like a martini?
A martini in a very bad glass. But you know,
that's a good one.
A lychee martini is, even though I'm from Singapore, and I should say Singapore slang, but it's not true.
What's a Singapore slang?
A Singapore sling is a cocktail that was started in a famous hotel in Singapore called the Raffles Hotel. And actually, Karl Lagerfeld did a show and an experience at the Raffles Hotel when he did a cruise show in Singapore many years ago. And so the Singapore sling that's at the Raffles bar, it's something that everyone has to do. It's kind of like an institution, you know?
Ah.
So people go there, have peanuts, which you throw on the floor. So there are peanut shells all over the floor. And you have your Singapore sling, which is quite sweet. It's kind of a pink drink. I'm not sure what are the ingredients that go into it, but it's kind of pink, and everyone goes and visits the Raffles to have a Singapore sling. But
oh my gosh, I have to try that.
You have to try that. And you
I
get
have to try
Singapore when we
Yeah.
can get you to Singapore, Jasmine. So the last one that we're going to do, let me see, what we're going to do. We're going to draw the monogram of your favorite fashion house. The monogram of your favorite fashion house. Or the logo. Maybe not the monogram, but the logo.
I'm trying
of
to
your
think how
favorite fashion house.
how this is written. I think this is right. Okay. Well, it might be backwards for you.
Tom Ford.
Yes.
Oh wow! Now tell me why Tom Ford? What do you
Oh
love
my gosh.
about Tom Ford?
I think Tom Ford makes the most beautiful clothes for women. I think he just like really knows how to form and shape clothes on a woman's body. And I actually did his first presentation when he started doing Tom Ford, and I remember it was like me and like 4 other models, and then a few different editors would come in, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I was such a fan of Tom Ford. So to be in like a small room with just that small group of people, I was like, wow, this is so cool. And like, I love everything. I love his shoes, his bags, like everything is so like sexy and strong.
What have you ever interacted with Tom himself? Did you ever chat with him? Yeah. What did you like
many
as a
times.
person? Like share with us just things about Tom that are very special.
Well, he smells amazing. That's what I would always remember. I think I did maybe like 3 or 4 shows with him or presentations, and every time he would walk into the room, you just like smell this amazing scent, and I'm like, well, he's here. And he's always like dressed so perfectly in the most beautiful suits. It's like crazy. He's like perfectly put together all the time.
Wonderful. And do you know which scent he used?
No, I wish. I would spray it on my boyfriend all the time if I had it. He probably like made his own scent just for himself.
Probably. So my kind of, it's kind of obvious, and you spoke about it.
Chanel.
So we do. Chanel. But I have to be fair. I have to say that I love the other one, but it's probably upside down.
Louis Vuitton.
So it's Louis Vuitton. And these are beautiful brands that, you know, for me, because Paris is such a special place for fashion editors. And as yourself as a model, you know the power of Paris, the significance of Paris. You know, having done Fashion Week for so long, having seen like a house like Chanel go through Karl Lagerfeld, and then now is with Virginie Viard, it's the new creative director. And with Louis Vuitton, I've seen it move from, you know, Marc Jacobs when he was at the house, and now to Nicolas Ghesquière. You know, the innovation that these houses do, the power that these houses have in order to kind of motivate fashion, to change fashion, to inspire, I think, people from all over the world with what they do. It's really incredible that these 2 houses, to me, have been such seismic moments. I remember when I first did Fashion Week, those were the 2 shows that I remember most profoundly in my head. You know, you see all the supermodels walking down the Louis Vuitton show. And with Marc Jacobs, when he first did, you know, Vuitton, you know, he put all these incredible masks on the models. I don't know whether you remember one of the shows. He had these like little almost like a nurse uniform, and he
Uh-huh.
put these little masks on them, and had
Yeah.
little LV on these little lace masks, and he had like
Amazing.
Eva Herzegovina and Linda and Naomi, you know, with these masks on as like perfect Parisian nurses.
I
And
love
with
that.
Chanel, you know, when Karl used to walk the runway with his bevy of models, and you've done that too, you know, he walks down the runway and all the girls come with him. It's like this energy that's created. To me, Paris is the place that encapsulates it all.
Yeah, I
You know?
remember doing a few Louis Vuitton shows when Marc Jacobs was there, and the shows that he would put together in Paris, I was always so excited to see what he was going to do next. There was one where he had like a big merry-go-round put in the center, and we
Yes.
all rode around on the horses on the merry-go-round and got off one by one as it was moving. And then another really cool one was like an old-fashioned train that would like
Yes.
pulled into the space, and we're all sitting on it as if we're actually riding a train in these like insane outfits, and then we got off one by one and walked around, and those two were like unreal, and I was always so excited to see like what he was going to do next.
I mean, I remember the train show. It was one of his last few, I think, when he was at the house. And they repeated the show in Shanghai, and they transported the train to Shanghai.
I think I went to
Just
Shanghai
for
for
the
that.
show.
I think I did that.
Oh, you went to
I think I
Shanghai?
was there because I flew to Shanghai once. Yeah, it was for Louis Vuitton. Yeah.
Right. So I remember they brought in the train, they set up this incredible space, and I shot on the train for a shoot for Louis Vuitton right after
Wow.
the show. And it was just crazy to see the detail, because the train had, you know, it was inscribed with the Louis Vuitton little monograms on the seats, on the lights, on the fittings. The amount of detail and decadence, I think that's the word I would use. Fashion was so decadent then.
Yeah.
You know, it was so full. The whole experience was like a dream, really. It really was like a dream.
It felt like
and
you
do you
were like
think-
living in a dream.
Exactly. And you know, do you feel that fashion has changed so much now? Do you feel that
I think so.
Yeah, tell me how do you feel fashion has changed for you as a model on a runway, during a shoot, you know, the experiences, how has that changed?
I think, like you said, the word decadent. I feel like it used to be so much more like decadent and just like super over the top and like amazing. I think even when you look back to like the 90s supermodels, that even seems to me like so like amazing and out there and like so awesome. I think it's like started to like calm down a little bit, but I do love like that like over the top fashion. So gotta come back a little bit.
And you know, when you talk about the 90s and looking up to models then, were there certain girls that you looked up to then and say, you know, that's my inspiration to be on the catwalk one day?
I definitely looked up to Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, Chrissy Turlington, I loved. Yeah, those three girls were like my top.
Amazing. And I've been so fortunate to shoot those three girls.
Amazing.
So that, yeah, it was incredible. I mean, Naomi came to Singapore and I shot her on a sort of a layover in sort of 18 hours. It was a crazy day.
Wow.
She came in, she did a fashion show. She did a fashion show. She did like 4 TV interviews and she did a cover shoot all in the same day.
Wow, what a day.
She got on the plane and she flew off at midnight to Melbourne for the Melbourne Cup. So that was my experience with Naomi. And with Tyra Banks, she flew to Singapore when Singapore did, we did about 6 or 5 seasons of Asia's Next Top Model, and I was on 4 of them. And for the very first season, she came down for the finale.
That's so fun.
Again, for less than 24 hours. So I shot with Tyra, amazing woman, so much to give, so much to say. Even then, what she was saying to us on set, because, you know, sort of telling us what she was looking for an Asian model to be the very first Asian model on the show. and she was telling us like what's important for diversity, what's important to represent. And remember that we chose a model who was a mix between German and Thai. And she said, you know, would a pure Thai or would a pure Indonesian or pure Chinese model be a better representation for your markets, you know, in Asia? And already then, it was maybe like 7 years ago, she was talking about diversity, about showing what is what everyone else sees, rather than this perfect kind of like Anglo-Asian model that looks great in editorial, but is it representative of what's out there? So I remember Tara saying these incredible words of wisdom to us on set. And with Christy Turlington, I remember shooting her in New York in January. January in New York, as you know, Jasmine, is the worst.
It's the worst. It's so cold, snowy.
So cold, so cold, so horrible. This tropical boy with his tropical shirt coming to New York to shoot Christy. It was -10 out there, and but she was the consummate, you know, professional. She was so sweet and kind, so lovely on set. And Christy has this incredible calming energy. And of course, you know, talking about her Every Mother Counts charity cause to help every mother in the world to give birth successfully and safely. That still rings so true to my heart. And the things that she's done as a model to help other women out there, that's incredible. And Jasmine, I want to ask you whether you have used, I mean, you have such a powerful platform. Are there causes, are there charities that you support and that you want to bring recognition to? Maybe you could talk about it a little bit here.
Yeah, I'm actually working right now with my agency to get involved with, you know, Black Lives Matter charity to help keep spreading the awareness and like I said, not just have it be a trend. I just want to keep like using my voice and using my platform to, you know, speak up for, you know, the people that can't be heard. So I'm very passionate about that. And I'm excited to like dive in and, you know, get really into that.
Fantastic. The last thing we're going to do, the very, very last thing we're going to do is 5 quick poses. Now, guys, all of you wanting to be models, Jasmine's going to teach us how she does it. 5 quick poses of a fitness girl. What pose would you do if I say it's a fitness campaign? Jasmine,
like I would have to like flex a little bit.
Ooh, that looks hot.
Right?
How about a beauty girl? What would you do if it's a beauty
girl?
Shop?
If it's beauty, I guess I would be like close to the camera, use your hands, you know.
Beautiful. You know, that's the great thing about models. I mean, when you do things like that, you use your hands, you emote. And I think that's so important for people to know that models have to emote. When we tell them something, it's not just a dead pose. You bring something more to the picture. And we were talking earlier about jewelry. So what would you do for jewelry?
Jewelry? Well, I think it's always important to show it off. So I'd bring the hands up.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at those angles. Look at those angles.
I've studied my face. I know my angles.
Is your right side your better side, or do you not have a better side? You're perfect both sides.
My left side is my good side.
Okay. Amazing. And a fashion girl pose? What's a fashion girl pose?
Oh gosh. I don't know. Something like dramatic, like.
Ooh, amazing. Incredible. That looks really, really special. It's like doing a top model. It's like doing a top model segment now.
Right.
And the very last one, of course, we spent a lot of time talking about your red carpet. What is the red carpet pose that you can teach us?
Well, I love to smile on a red carpet, so I think just hands on the hip and just like smile.
Right. And a big happy smile.
Big happy smile.
You have the most beautiful smile.
Thank
you. You look so beautiful. Jasmine, it's been such a pleasure spending time on this IG Live with you. Thank you so much for being part of this. Thank you so much for being part of our revamp issue of being our cover girl.
I had so much
Jasmine
fun shooting.
here.
Thank you so much for having me. I loved it. And the team was amazing. You're amazing. Thank you for having me on the live. It was fun.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jasmine. We'll speak again
Thank
very
you.
soon. Take
Yes.
care. Lots of love.
Bye.